Hi, my amazingly wonderful third graders. Today we are going to continue on. We should have already listened to chapters 15 and 16 of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So I'm not going to do a review on this one since you had just listened to. I'll do a mini one. So chapter 15 was called The Chocolate Room. That is where we get to go into the room with the chocolate river and the waterfall and this huge meadow, which is those rolling fields of grass that are actually made out of mint sugary candy wonderfulness. Everything in there is also made out of candy, so all of the bushes and trees and flowers are made out of candy. And they see like this wonderful chocolate waterfall and all that. So as they're kind of talking about all the things in this room and how it makes Wonka's candy better, and also about kind of and their taste testing. Sorry, my brain kind of stopped for a second. Their taste testing stuff. Veruca Salt screams, "Oh my gosh, look at that!" And they see this tiny person, and this size of their knee, and Wonka's like, "Well, that's my Oompa Loompas." So then, chapter 16, we hear more about Oompa Loompas. Veruca Salt is screaming that she wants one. She wants one now. I can't remember that from 15, 16, and being very, very rude about that. And the Oompa Loompas came from Oompa Loompa Land, and they live there where there's all these animals, the snog musclers or whatever all their crazy names that the author Roald Dahl created, that are trying to get them in. The Oompa Loompas, of all things, they love cocoa beans the most. That is the one thing they love the most in the world, but they can't get a lot of it. They maybe get 3 in a year. And what they survive on is eating these gross, mushed up green caterpillars, which are horrible and disgusting. And that's what they survive on. And Mr. Wonka is there, and he's like, I will pay you in cocoa beans. You can eat as much cocoa beans and chocolate as you want if you come back with me to my factory. So they agree. They're like, yes, yes, we'll come. And they come live in his factory with him, and Mr. Wonka describes him as being mischievous, and that's where I had described as being kind of a jokester or kind of doing stuff that's not always okay. They're sneaky, maybe like to kind of just joke around, so they're mischievous, and we're going to see more of that because we saw a little bit where they pointed at all the kids and started giggling. So that's kind of what happened in these chapters. Sorry, I had to pause the video, so if I was cut off mid-sentence or we're switching spots, sorry, I had to pause to answer a Google Hangout phone call. We're going to do the questions today for chapters 15 and 16. There are 4 questions today, not as many as we had to do with the last one. I'm sorry again about that. There was quite a bit that we had to do. So the first question for chapter 15 is kind of a fun one. You just need to draw what the chocolate room looks like. So draw me a picture of what you think the chocolate room looks like. Roald Dahl had done a great job of describing it in the story, and I just did a little quick review of it before we started this. So just draw a short little picture. You can use colors you want. Draw me what you think the chocolate room looks like. Now, number 2, what had Veruca Salt seen that caused her to scream? And I also reviewed that, and if you're wondering the spelling on that wonderful word, right here. Okay? So I'm going to tell you, it's Oompa Loompas made her scream. Basically gave it to you with underlining it. Okay, chapter 16. Where did the Oompa Loompas come from? So I had mentioned that with my little review where they came from. So just write the name of the place. You just need to write that and do your best spelling. I mean, all these words are really crazy and insane, so just do your best with spelling. And our last question for today, question 2 for chapter 16, is how did Willy Wonka convince the Oompa Loompas to come work and live in his factory? So remember what they really, really loved more than anything, and what does Mr. Wonka do for a living? So write one sentence about how he convinced them to come work in his factory. those are the 4 questions that you need to answer for today. So I'm just going to draw that line right from here, almost this entire page, just not the last question, which you can really see. All the way down here, you just don't need to do that last one. Sorry. So get those done, and then that is it for today. So you should have listened to the chapters and then done these questions, and then you are good to go. Make sure you did the daily question in Google Classroom, and I hope that you're having a marvelous day. Bye.